Hey guys, my name is Andrey. I'm from Costa Rica. I'm 33 years old. I originally studied supply chain management and work in a big corporation, I guess. Then I started my own company 3 years ago. I have a small business now. And the reason I'm in Ironhack is to understand how come sometimes when you ask for a small change, it takes a month, and when you ask for something that seems big, they can do it in 2 days. So hopefully I'll be able to kind of act somewhat like a product manager when I'm done with this. That's my aspiration. So the ping pong game, an Atari ping pong game was the first game I ever played when I was a kid. And this is an 80's game, but I'm from Costa Rica. I'm from a rural side of Costa Rica, so I got that game in the 90's. I played it in the 90's. So it wasn't even my game, it was my neighbor's game. And I was so little, my mom had to take me to cross the street, help me cross the street. And I would bother my neighbor to let me play it. That's the first game I ever played. I thought it would be interesting to try and create that game myself. All right, some of the issues I had was with the clear rectangle because the way it was working with the set interval, it was blinking. It seemed like the whole screen was blinking. I didn't want that effect. And if I did a background image when I cleared the rectangle, it didn't look good. So I had to look for a way to work around that. I ended up doing 2 canvases. That's why you can see here that I use the standard CTX in one, and the other one has another name, is the Cord CTX. That way I can reference two objects, 2 canvases, and that's how I got around that. Another issue was with the speed of the ball. And with the speed of the ball is how I set the difficulty of the game, and also related to the set interval. Everything related with the set interval with my issues. And I had to do an if inside of the function that was running with the set interval. That way I could check if I was at a certain level. And if I wasn't at that level yet, I wasn't going into the if, so I didn't change the direction. Otherwise, every 15 milliseconds, it will increase the speed of the ball, so it will just take a couple seconds. It will be impossible to play the game. So with that flag, with that if and a level, and changing the level immediately after, that's how I got around that. I had an issue with the runoff paddles because when you keep it held down, I was pushing into an array, and then I was doing, you can see the push down there, but then I was doing a for each. So the speed was increasing, and I didn't have max and mins for my Ys, for the Ys of my paddle. So they were just running off. So when I pull up my key and I wanted to bring them back, they were thousands of pixels away by then, and then you could see it come back down again, just switch by, and so I wasn't being able to play the game. The way I fixed that, I was working with min Y and max Y for my paddle object, and in the movement function, I check for that. I don't let them go beyond that, and when I clean up my array, I don't clean it one at a time for the up or down arrows. I clean the whole object. So that's pretty much it. It's looking a little bit smaller here, but that's pretty much what you do with the game. It has when you miss the ball, it makes a noise like you missed, and you can pause it, and you can just restart it, and then whoever. Oh, look at how it catches the speed. This paddle over here, how it catches the speed. If you keep it down, it just goes, and that's the problem I was having. But right now with the min Y, I could just call it right back down. So I fixed that issue, and so it increases the speed every 10 points. So it's going to start going faster and faster, and then just somebody's going to win. Or you can affect the slope. If you have the key held down, you can affect the slope of the ball so it doesn't keep the same slope. If you do it against the way it's going at a certain point in time, then you affect the slope of the ball. And then somebody wins when they get to 21, waits a couple seconds, and then restarts the game. So up next, I want to work on a single-player mode and to do something better with the sound of the game. So that's it.